Look, you're going to have to hear me out on this one. So with this little series, I try and create possible F1 teams, attach brands to Formula One that could realistically happen potentially in my mind. And in your minds, because I'm always looking for suggestions in the comments below, so do let me know. So your eyes do not deceive you. Today, we're looking at Puma and what they would look like if they set up a Formula One team. The thing is though, there is method to my madness. There is reason I picked Puma specifically. Adidas, Nike and Puma obviously are the three big sportswear giants at the moment. They all stand for something, and Puma's emphasis over recent years has been a particular focus on speed. Their Forever Faster campaign, their signing of Usain Bolt, they even did a collaboration not too long ago with Sonic the Hedgehog. Nike just do it, Adidas think impossible is nothing, but Puma are all about that speed. Puma is also the only one of those big three that is already pretty firmly inserted into motorsport. They produce much of the Mercedes, Ferrari and Red Bull merchandise, plus all those three teams' racing overalls and the boots. They also do a lot of fashion stuff with Porsche and with BMW. I'm actually wearing one of the BMW t-shirts now. No other big sportswear giant even comes close to matching Puma's integration into motorsport right now. Now look, I'm justifying Puma and Formula One coming together as a brand decision first and foremost, a business decision from Puma. And personally over the last 5-6 years, I've become way more interested in investments, business, how the markets work. And if you're the same as me, then today's video sponsor, Morning Brew, will be right up your street. Morning Brew is a free daily email newsletter that rounds up the most topical business news of the moment. It takes literally 5 minutes to breeze through, super short and sweet, the perfect accompaniment to your morning brew. Hence the name. This is empty, I don't drink hot drinks. Like this morning, I learned that ExxonMobil, whose subsidiaries Mobil 1 and Esso are Red Bull's lubricant and fuel providers, have had a couple new shareholders join the brand. Not any old shareholders though. They're both from the environmental activist group Engine Number 1, who purchased $40 million in shares in December last year. The influence they could have long term on company decision making, considering the move towards renewables, that's real. So go on, click the link in the description below, subscribe to Morning Brew, it will take you about 15 seconds, doesn't cost a penny. Now Red Bull are the only team at the moment who at their core aren't tied to automotive, right? They sell an energy drink. And F1 is just one of many marketing arms that they use to leverage sales of it. Puma having their own team might sound a bit weird at first, but when you think about it, where you think what they stand for, their mission statement of speed, the fact that they're already integrated into motorsport, as much as it works for Red Bull because they're an energy drink and they're all about speed and danger and excitement, with Puma, I think it fits just as well, if not better. And of course, it's not unheard of for a clothing brand to be in Formula One and be successful. It is very easy to forget that Michael Schumacher's first 2 titles came in a Benetton. And United Colours of Benetton, the clothing brand that was promoting, still exists to this day. So let's make this happen. Puma Racing sounds good to me. So let's start with the engine. What power plant is going into this Puma Racing car? Because of course, they're not going to build their own, are they? Straight up, out on a whim, I'm going with Honda/Red Bull because of course, Honda will become Red Bull powertrains from 2022 onwards. Puma already have a relationship with Red Bull, with doing their merchandise. I'm saying they just leverage that relationship and take their engines. I know they've got a relationship with Mercedes and Ferrari as well, but they've already got plenty of customer teams. Maybe Red Bull powertrains will be looking for customer teams down the line, and maybe this is a good opportunity for them to take on Puma. Looking throughout the F1 constructors, I think Puma and Red Bull will be 2 of the most kind of culturally relevant brands on the field. So them working together as well, I think makes a lot of sense. But I'm coming up with this team as if it was right now, in the present, in this moment, on this day. So the Puma racing car is going to have a Honda/Red Bull engine. Next, we have team principal. Who's going to be leading this new team? Someone with F1 pedigree is an absolute must. I was thinking at first, Franz Tost, bring him over from AlphaTauri. The thing is though, Franz has been at that team since 2006. I think he sounds pretty settled. I can't imagine at 65 years of age, he would move to another team. I think he'll just stay at AlphaTauri till he retires. But obviously Franz has worked on that Honda engine since 2018, hence why he came to mind. Instead, I've gone for a man that many of you will never have heard of. I hadn't heard of him, and this is meant to be my job. I've gone with Adrian Newey's number 2 at Red Bull, a man by the name of Pierre Wache. Wacky? One of those, I think. The Frenchman's been at Red Bull since 2013, stepping up to technical director from 2018 onwards. And sure, it's always a risk going for an overly technical person for a team principal role. We know how Mattia Binotto's stint at Ferrari started a bit sus. It seems to be going better now, though, to be fair to him. But that knowledge of the Honda Red Bull engine and the carrot being dangled of a team principal top role, because ultimately, with Adrian Newey and Christian Horner at Red Bull, Pierre's not getting a shot ready at the top. So if he comes away, goes to Puma, he can be top of that pyramid. If he wants it, he can have it. So Puma Racing's team principal is the Frenchman Pierre Wache. All right, now time for the drivers. Now, the first driver for me was an absolute no-brainer. He's German, just like Puma. He's stacked with Formula One experience, arguably should be in a seat right now. And maybe, just maybe, this Puma Racing team would allow him to secure his first ever podium. Yes, of course, I've gone with Nico Hülkenberg. Steadiest pair of hands you can get. The fact that he jumped into that Racing Point last year and put it P3 in qualifying at Silverstone says that the man knows how to jump into a foreign car and drive it quickly, all right? Sure, he might not be the best in the world, but this is a new team and they want a steady pair of hands, and Nico would be a perfect fit. Then alongside him, because of course I could go for a F2 driver, I could try and nab a driver from somewhere else, or I could go for another driver who is out of a seat, who maybe deserves one in Formula One. But again, I'm building this list as of right now, if I was creating this team right now. And there's a driver in Formula One that we know is different gravy, but could feasibly find himself out of a seat next year. Nothing to do with his performances, but to do with the bridges that he's probably burnt at his parent team. I'm, of course, talking about Pierre Gasly. That relationship with Red Bull has been as successful as it has been toxic at times. And I don't see a way for him to get back into that Red Bull seat. The whole point of the AlphaTauri team is for young Red Bull juniors might get a shot at the top team. It's not going to happen for Pierre. I think Puma come in and nab him. Helmut Marko's come out with a lot of nonsense about Pierre to undermine him. I just think fresh start, new team, same Honda engine that he's been using very well in the AlphaTauri / Toro Rosso. I think that would work an absolute treat. What a pairing that would be. The Puma Racing drivers, Nico Hülkenberg and Pierre Gasly. All right, on to the graphic stuff. Starting with the team overalls. What are the drivers going to look like? What's their get-up? Now, Puma's brand colour, if anything, it's red. They don't always use it, but that seems to be their main brand colour. But then also their classic brand colour seemed to be green. A lot of their old shoe boxes were done up in a nice kind of bold green, a nice Yoshi green, decent. So for the overalls, I've decided to incorporate both red and green. But the base, again, we know Red Bull do banging testing liveries, right? But they never convert them into the real thing because they're so protective of their brand, which, you know, I can't necessarily argue with them for that. Puma, though, coming in fresh, I reckon they push the boat out. Digital camo background. You got the cats dotted about. I'm loving this. You can see I've gone for like a darker black in the middle. That's actually the Puma cat kind of silhouette. And for those colour accents, there's just green on the left side, just red on the right. I think that looks pretty decent. Now, sponsor-wise, obviously I've gone with Honda because that's the engine. Mobil 1 do all the lubricants for the current Red Bull Honda engine, so that also makes sense. As for the rest, well, Puma are owned by a private holding company called Group Artemis. And Artemis are the parent holding company of Kering. And Kering, well, they own Gucci, Yves Saint Laurent, Balenciaga, McQueen. I could go on. But also in Kering's portfolio is Girard Perregaux. That was terrible. Girard Perregaux. That's better. And they are a luxury watch brand, which obviously makes sense because watch brands love Formula One. Girard already sponsor Aston Martin, so it shows they've got intent in Formula One. They would just also sponsor Puma. And the final logo we've got in here is Ponant? I don't know. And they're a yacht and cruise company. Obviously makes sense because that sounds pretty expensive to me. And they are also owned by Group Artemis. So again, the owners of Puma will want to use this platform to showcase certain brands. And last but by no means least, the livery. Take a look. So again, reflecting the overalls, we've got the green on the left, the red on the right. I think that looks pretty cool. I've just kept them as little kind of subtle hit colours rather than being too over the top, because I want that digital camo base to really shine, you know what I mean? Big number 10 for Pierre Gasly, of course. And then obviously the Puma logos on the side, one's green, one's red to reflect, but again, subtle, not too in your face. I would love to see more kind of asymmetrical style liveries like this, where it isn't necessarily the same. Well, it is technically symmetrical, but you know what I mean with the colours. I think this would be a great platform for Puma to market their business to a wider audience. I think this would go down an absolute treat. But of course, now's the time for you to let me know what you think of this. Have I hit? Have I missed? Do you think this could feasibly happen? I think I've got a pretty good justification as to why Puma, it would make sense for them to jump into Formula One. And what do you think of the livery? Any good or dead? Thank you very much for watching. This is episode 3 of this little series I got going. Again, plenty of suggestions. Love to hear more in the comments below. I promise I'll do my best to get through all of the There's certain brands that are already getting mentioned a lot. So don't worry, I've got a list. Until eventually I'll be out of ideas and I'll have to make like the Lidl F1 team or something. That could actually be quite cool. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I do appreciate it. Make sure as well you drop a like on it and subscribe so you don't miss any more coming up in the future. Thanks again to Morning Brew for sponsoring this video. It's completely free, so you might as well give it a try. My name's Tommo. Thanks again. Have a good one. Ta-da.